You asked, where do I need insulation in my home?
So if I look fast forward into Australia in the future, a lot of regulations that come out of Europe and the US actually eventually get adopted in Australia. In Europe at the moment, when you sell a house, specifically in Germany, you have to actually get the house evaluated and it gets a star rating as to the energy efficiency of the house. And that particular star rating very much can influence the value at which point the house is being sold at. So you can have two houses exactly in the same street. One might be a single star rating, one might be a 5-star rating, and there could be a 40 to 50% difference in the price between the two houses just based on the energy footprint. Because to heat or cool a house in Germany is a lot of money and it's quite a bit more expensive than in Australia because you've got those very, very cold winters, for example. What does it really mean? That means when we have a house in Australia and we want to reduce our footprint in regards to electricity, heating and cooling costs, insulation is one of the most cost-effective ways in order to improve the living quality in my house. There are 4 types of insulation. You've got the one that has to go into the ceiling. You got the one that can go under your floor in case you have access to the floor. You can consider insulating your external walls. And another area to give specific attention to are your windows. Now in the roof, you have normally batten insulation, which will fit between the buttons. And it's nowadays often made out of fiberglass or some kind of polyester. Like with so many things, I recommend that you get a professional in, because if you put your foot 1 time through the ceiling, the savings that you thought you might have by doing this job yourself, you've just evaporated, because now you need a plasterer, you need to refix the ceiling, you put your foot through it, there might be structural damage, it's not worth it. Underfloor insulation can really only be considered older style terrace houses that might have enough height so you can actually get underneath. You can get it to the right size, already pre-cut, that it'll fit and snug straight in. But sometimes you might also want to put some chicken wire underneath to hold it up. Again, I recommend getting somebody to do that type of work. After you insulated the top floor and you've done something to the bottom floor, the house still feels cold, then you might have to consider insulating the outside wall. Now this is, from a cost point of view, considerably more expensive, but there are nowadays polystyrene that can be put retrofitted onto external walls. I would possibly more pick a wall like a northern wall that is very much exposed in the summer elements or so to do the insulation, rather than doing the whole lot. It would become very expensive. Last but not least, your windows. The windows in summer become the area where the heat comes into the house. Obviously, I'm a friend of double glazing, but unfortunately in Australia, double glazing hasn't been that developed yet. But if you can afford it, maybe consider replacing one of the larger windows with a double glazed window. It will make a big, big difference. So insulation is the way to go. It is one of the cheapest way to put downward pressure on your electricity bill for years to come. It'll pay itself back many, many times over.
Want more energy answered? Visit yourenergyanswers.com for quality energy products, tools and calculators, and find your quality local installers. Please support the channel by liking the video, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, and check out all our other videos. You're still here? I'll see you next time. Bye.